If you've been doing anything else on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle other than the World Tournament, I salute you. And because of that, you might not be aware of the new summon gacha that has graced this game, the GT gacha. Majuub here is one of the two banner cards for the gacha. Now, Oob is first announced, or introduced, I would say, at the end of Dragon Ball Z, where he is the good reincarnation of Buu, after Goku makes a wish before he kills Buu with a spirit bomb that, you know, Booby brought back good. And this is Oob. And then in GT, well, after the Tuffle, you know, Baby and all those other aptly named villains take over the planet, Buu fuses with Oob and they become Majuub, and he can point his finger at people and turn them into chocolate. But enough about that. Let's actually get into the card itself and the stats and the key skills and all the other misconglomeration of words that I'm currently using. Now let's get into this unit's stats. Level 100, Majuub has 9,600 HP, which is second in the strength category to only Broly, which was just released during the last Dokkan event, and third globally behind the Turtles that was released before the Broly. So the HP power creep is starting to show itself in this game. Now let's talk about his less than appealing stats here. With 6,623 attack, Majuub is 20th in the strength category, only one place above Launch. And if we want to trickle all the way down to global, Majuub has the 61st most strength in the game. That's really not something to write home to his poor village about. At least in defense, he makes up for it a little bit. With 3,775 defense, that puts him in 13th for strength. Now, you know strength units have never been well renowned for their defensive prowess, because that 13th in strength translates to a 48th overall for global defense. So as far as global units goes, he has a lot of HP, bottom half for strength, and just about the middle for defense. Doesn't really say a lot for an ultra rare unit now, does it? If Majuub does have face value, it is with his leader skill. Ki +3 when HP is 80% above. That does not mean just Majuub, that means everybody on your squad gets +3 Ki if your HP is 80% or more during the turn when it begins. So if you start the turn under 80% and then you use an item to get more, that does not matter. You have to begin the turn with that 80% or above HP in order to get that +3 Ki bonus as a leader. His super attack is Majin Beam, and I was kind of hoping it would be something to do with turning people into chocolate, because that's what happens when he fuses with Buu in GT, but I digress. It has caused extreme damage to opponent and lowers their attack. If you watched the last video on Goku, you know that extreme is the second of 3 tiers as far as super attack damage goes, so I suppose that's a little bit of a makeup for his subpar stats. How about instead of just talking about Majin Beam, we actually watch Oob do it right here. A bit underwhelming both damage and animation-wise, but I guess that's just to be expected when the rest of the card is kind of a letdown. Again, not counting that HP. His passive skill is the power of Majin, attack and defense, +3,000 when HP is 80% or above, so it seems like Majuub's only real value so far on the face comes from when your team is at 80% HP or above, because below that, his passive does not activate and his leader skill does not activate. So you really want to build a team that's conducive to keeping your HP high. So he is going to be wannabe paired with Buu, if only to keep your HP high. But now let's get into those passive skills to see if he can make use of those Buus in other places. Now, the first of his link skills is Rival Duo. Defense -1,000 on attacked opponent and attack +1,000. But this only links with possibly the only usable unit being the SR Bomas or itself. And the effect doesn't really provide that much use. You're not going to be one using Yamcha or Tien, right? Master of Magic, attack +15. Only 5 units for them, including himself, but 2 of those Buu, which can give you more HP. Now, the Majin Link skill, attack +1,000, defense +1,000, a lot of Buu. Then that's it, the Buu. So you get double links when you have the SSR physical Buu and 2 of the SSR evil Buus with agility and technique. And Cold Judgment, possibly one of the worst link skills ever, is attack plus 300, and he doesn't even link with good stuff with this. Videl, like Nail, Tien, Thouser, Android 13's a good one, Whis is a good one. Now we're getting into some good cards here, but Xeno Trunks, you don't want to use Xeno Trunks for anything, let alone getting a pity plus 300 attack. That'd be the first link skill in the game, Cold Judgment, and they decided after, 9 minutes that probably wasn't good enough, they should add more. But GT2, or GT Key plus 2, you got an SSR there, you got Pan, you got another SSR, and that's about it. So you link him with some okay GT units, and he'll get Key plus 2, and if he's at more than 80% HP, he'll have at least 5 Key right there. All in all, it might have felt good to pull this Majuub, but honestly, disappointing. Has high HP stat. If you want to put him with a couple of the other boos to keep your HP stat high, then you can do that. But with link skills that really don't help him because you got to pair him with pretty much crap, low attack, low defense, a leader skill that will only activate if you're 80% or more, and a passive skill that will only activate for 80% more, I really don't see Majuub getting a lot of use, and for good reason. If anything, he's there to pad your HP stat if you're going for a high HP team. Other than that, you probably want to keep Majuub out of your Dokkan battle squads. Now, of course, leave your suggestions for cards you want to see me analyze in the future. And if you want to see ones I've already analyzed, click on the card that you see on the screen. There will be an annotation. I'll take you directly to that video. Of course, be sure you enjoyed. Well, I mean, if I can't really be sure you enjoy it, but I hope if you watch this far that you enjoyed it. So if you did enjoy it and you want to leave a like, you can do that. And of course, check out the KameHouse.net, the one-stop shop for all your DBZ Dokkan battle news and other goodies. And I do stuff there, so you can see that. All right, I'll see you guys. Peace.